When companies expand globally, managing multilingual content, communication, documentation becomes central to the way a business operates. And that shift matters because expanding overseas comes with local expectations, local nuances, and local regulations that must be complied with. If content does not travel accurately, clearly, and compliantly, global expansion stalls. At Welo Global, we exist to make global businesses accelerate in the real world and at scale. Not just by translating words, but by bringing technology and expertise to help organizations with very specific use cases like marketing, sales, product, or regulated content. We support enterprises at every stage of international growth, from those entering new markets for the first time to organizations managing complex global operations at scale. Because global success depends on how well you adapt, linguistically, culturally, and increasingly technologically. Today, that includes AI systems operating across markets. The way those systems are trained, evaluated, and deployed globally is beginning to shape how enterprises compete.
The language services industry has been using AI for many years, and so automation is not necessarily new to it, and that's in the form of machine translation. An increasing opportunity is for agentic frameworks and automating workflows throughout the organization in almost every function, not just language services. For companies that are willing to break glass, not even a lot of glass, speed is table stakes. They can use agents and agentic frameworks to perform administrative tasks, and they can perform these tasks in seconds and minutes that used to take people hours and days to do. We're able to concentrate our workforces and talent on higher value activity that creates opportunity. For companies that are first to market with that type of strategy, they'll create competitive differentiation, and that also creates opportunity for those companies.
Expanding across borders is not simply about entering new markets. It's about operating within different legal systems, commercial norms, and regulatory frameworks. What succeeds in one region often fails in another. Enterprises must balance global brand consistency with local cultural nuances. That requires coordination across headquarters, regional teams, legal stakeholders, and marketing leaders. No two organizations approach globalization the same way. Some are just beginning to expand internationally, while others are managing content across dozens of markets, languages, and regulatory environments. Our role is to meet customers where they are and help them move forward successfully. Cross-border execution is not a one-time effort, but a continuous process. When multilingual workflows are embedded into operations, organizations can scale internationally without fragmenting their brands or slowing growth.
When working in other markets and other jurisdictions, you have to comply with said regulatory in those markets and jurisdictions, and they're different for each and every one. So when they move from operating in just one or two jurisdictions to multiple jurisdictions, that complexity compounds. Precision is not optional, as it's foundational to patient safety and to regulatory approvals. In pharmaceuticals or med devices, a single word in a clinical protocol can change how a regulatory advisor influences or interprets safety or efficacy or usage. And in intellectual property, the stakes are even higher. Patent claims are actual legal protections. If a translation changes the intent of that patent, even in the slightest, it can influence its enforceability or its competitive protection across borders. Therefore, precision isn't an option. It is a must-have, specifically in regulatory. When you're crossing borders, you have to have trust, and that's why governance, precision, and expertise are so critical.
Well, I think there's two lessons. One is, for companies to scale effectively overseas, they have to adapt their businesses to local conditions. And the second thing they have to do is they have to put in place the multilingual infrastructure that powers that adaptation. Successful global expansion requires enterprises to adapt to local conditions, local regulations, and local norms. Companies that do this put themselves in a position to be successful in their globalization efforts. At Welo Global, we help companies do exactly that, because when language works, business works.